In my previous video, I ran into a problem during the demonstration of where when I compiled my ThreadTalk message program, the output from it looked a little strange and I wasn't quite sure what was going on. It actually demonstrated what can happen when you don't synchronize threads by use of a mutex. So I did add that comment to the video. And let's go ahead and try to actually prove what was going on during this time. What I'm going to do is let's close this down and open up our text editor here. And this was the original program I had. And I basically walked through a scenario later in the program or in the video explaining, well, what would be a possible scenario that could happen if you weren't using a mutex? And I had indicated that, well, what happens if only the message length gets put out into the pipe, in this case 17, and then just the first part of that message, the first two characters of the message get written out to the pipe before the listening thread gets a hold of it. And that's exactly what did happen when it ran that first time. And to simulate the problem, I'm going to basically save this program, and I have a new copy of it called ThreadTalk Message Bad, in which I'm introducing a 1 millisecond pause after these two characters are written to the pipe, and then another pause after these two or these four characters are written to the pipe. And when I compiled the code and ran it over here, you can see I can reproduce that exact same scenario where the system actually did not work correctly because I didn't have the mutex, and I therefore didn't have synchronization between the two threads. What happened then down in this code was that the listening thread got a chance to read the three characters making up the message length, which was the space 17. It asked the system to read those 17 characters, but there were only two remaining in the pipe, so read length was 2. So this for loop only had 2 characters in which to convert into its hexadecimal notation, and that's why the output only shows the 0260 and not the rest of the message. Then the question might come is, well, why did it do it again? Why did it print the same message twice? And the reason for that is because now what is in the pipe is the next 4 characters. And the system interpreted the first 3 of those as the message length, but those particular characters, when the ATOI function, or A to integer function, converted those into an integer, they actually they were converted to a value of 0. Since the read was past a 0 length, the read returns without doing anything. And since the read length is also 0 here, this condition is already false, and the for loop doesn't actually do anything. Since it doesn't do anything, the exact same message is put back out onto the standard output. So now we have 1 character left in the pipe. And when the message read fires, it says we'll read the next 3 characters. Well, since there's only 1 in there, read returns a value of 1. And since 1 isn't equal to 3, the while loop exits, and now the listening thread terminates. And that's why the listening thread got a chance to put its message saying, I'm done listening, before the talking thread had its final message, because it actually was putting all of this stuff out onto the pipe for the remaining 24 loops of the I value. And then it finally got a chance to do this. So all of those remaining messages never went anywhere, or they went to the pipe, but nothing was there to consume them. So this demonstrates what happens, or what can happen, if you don't use a mutex to synchronize the threads that have a shared resource. Thank you for watching.